say. And like I want to say it like the best way possible. So I've spent my day kind of like, well, not really my day. I spent like 10 minutes kind of scrolling through Reddit earlier. And a lot of you that have been around know that like I have people that like really hate me and they constantly post about me on Reddit. I haven't been on there in a while. And I say I don't care, and I really don't care about what people think about me. What I care about is the fact that, how do I explain this? Okay, so for me, people not liking me, that's fine. Okay, I don't expect everybody to like me. And I understand that, I know. Sometimes I get bored though and I get on Reddit because I find it amusing more often than not, just because of like the links that these people go to. I'll get into that in a minute. The part that bothers me is the part, well, really, I guess let's get to it now. When people like grasp at straws that aren't even there. So like somebody took a screenshot of a post I made earlier and they were like, oh, she needs daily fluids, but she drank a whole bottle of Coke, when the bottle of Coke wasn't even mine. It was actually Austin's bottle of Coke from like yesterday that was still sitting on the table. And it was before I went through and cleaned up, because I've been working on doing a cleaning vlog video today. And so then like there was another thing where that video I had posted about like you need a psychiatric word because you're obsessed. They took that and they were like, oh, she looks high. Like, look at her eyes. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, I used a filter on TikTok. And you can even go to TikTok and see that exact video and see where it says Bell. It was the Bell filter. And it changes the way your eyes look. That's what all of those filters do. And so for me, like people being on there and just talking about like, oh, I don't like her. I don't like, you know, that she yells at people. I don't like that she confronts people. And that, cool. Like, I don't expect everybody to like me. And I know there are a lot of people that don't like the way I go about things. And, you know, if I've ever offended you somehow because of that, you know, like I really, truly am sorry. Like, it's not, I'm not trying to just like offend people or upset people or be a way. But I also know that you can't please everybody. And there's just going to be people that just, you know, just don't like me for whatever reason it is. And that's okay. The part that bothers me, I guess, is that there's like so much more you could like talk about and you know, like rant about without spreading rumors, without lying and making things up. So it's always been said on there, like for years, everybody's been like, oh, you're faking your medical problems. You have Munchausen's, which is basically like somebody who doesn't have any legitimate medical problems. They just fake everything for attention. And over the years, all I have done is like time and time again, prove it wrong. Like, here's this, you know, here's, you know, proof of my medical problems. Here's proof of my doing medical alerts. Here's proof from my doctor talking to the video. My doctors let me record in the doctor's offices. I have multiple doctors that are all together seeking, you know, treatment for me. And like, am I that good that I've convinced multiple doctors over the years that like all of this is wrong with me with like no medical evidence? Like, am I that person who has been like, oh, well, this is wrong, and never posted any like evidence behind that? And I know I don't have to prove anything to anybody. For me, it's that my channel is here to spread awareness. Whether or not you like the way I do it, fine, that's okay. You don't have to like the way I go about it. But I am trying to spread awareness for invisible disabilities, for service animals, and that is truth. And so I've posted that evidence to prove it, not in hopes that that person would like me more, but in hopes that they would understand I'm not faking here. Like, this is real. This is my life. And I'm sharing it the best way I know how. Does that mean it's the 100% right way to do it? No. Sure, there's always things that I could do better. There's things that I've admitted to, like in the past, where like I could have gone about that differently. I'm still am who I am though. And I work on myself every day, and I try my hardest to do better. And I'm not going to quit sharing my journey just because somebody doesn't believe me. Like, I know that I have proven myself, and I don't have to prove myself to anybody, you know? Like, I know the truth, God knows the truth, and my family know the truth, and they support me. Everybody else on the other end of this screen, y'all matter, but you don't, if that makes sense. Like, I love you guys, and I love the support, and I love that you guys are here, but you don't directly matter in my immediate life. The people in my actual life that surround me really do. Those are the ones who really matter. And so the part that bothers me is not that people talk. Like, you don't have to like me. That's okay. That's fine. Like, I don't expect everybody to. It's the grasping for straws and trying to make up things when there really isn't anything, and pure defamation. Like, you were literally trying to tear somebody down over false rumors and lies and things that you're making up. So another example of this would be like Maya. I was filming my cleaning vlog, and I was washing dishes, and when I looked back on the video, which I posted, you guys got to remember, like, I see the video that I'm posting. I know what I'm posting. So she goes to alert behind me in the video, and she doesn't touch me the first time, not that I can feel. And she does another alert where I feel it, and I'm in the middle of washing a plate. So I'm on blood pressure medicine, and my blood pressure has been good lately thanks to the medication, so I've been fainting a lot less. Why? Because I have a medical team that have come together to get me on the right medications to help me be better, right? So that I'm not having all these medical episodes. So I know kind of off the bat, okay, high heart rate. So I finished rinsing off my plate, and I put it in the dish rack, and I turn around, I check my heart. High heart. Well, that got screenshotted and put into Reddit, and it was all about, oh, well, like, she ignored the first alert. The first alert, I saw it in the video, and she didn't touch me. Like, I didn't feel it. I think she, like, hit the back of my pants. I didn't even, like, there was no, like, concept of, oh, Maya just did this. The second alert, she touched me. Okay, I'm going to rinse off my plate. I'm going to set it in the dish rack because I know my blood pressure is good right now, and it's just my heart. So we're going to do this. Check. Okay, yep, heart's high. I'm going to give her a treat because I was right by the treats. Good girl. And I'm going to go sit down for a minute. Okay. So another thing of, like, where people grasp at straws and make something up. There was a post in, I think it's like Service Dog Memes, I think is what it's called, on Facebook, where they posted something that somebody had made up saying, I just saw Dom and her husband and both of her boys and her service dog Maya and Trooper in Walmart in Mobile, Alabama. Mind you, Mobile, Alabama is over 4 hours away from where I live in Alabama. So I guess me, Austin, the kids, Maya, and Trooper decided to do over 8 hours of driving to go to a Walmart in Mobile, Alabama with Trooper. Again, there's no video, there's no photo of this, okay? So it's the point of making it up just because. And that's the part that bothers me. Like, not that you don't like me, that's okay. there's people I don't like, and there's things I don't agree with. And sometimes I don't like myself. Sometimes I step back and I realize I should have gone about that different. Like, I get that. Yeah, people have been saying a lot about, like, it's been going around that apparently I've put a service dog vest on Trooper and brought him into public, and I haven't. Literally, the only places Trooper has been is to the vets, PetSmart, and our local park. That's it. And yeah, and then, like, I think I made a comment about maybe we'll do, like, some training with Trooper, and then everybody was like, oh, she's gonna, like, take Trooper, and after his traumatic past, she's gonna turn him into, like, this protection dog, and the only, he's so sweet, the only way they're gonna do that is by traumatizing the poor thing and, like, beating him to achieve that. No. And let's say if I keep Trooper, and if I did that training with him, one, I'd be posting the whole thing. So, like, I'd be videoing it, and one, you guys would see the whole training process. And the people I know that do the training, it starts off as a game. It's just playing with a toy, and then you go from the toy to, like, a sleeve, and the whole while you're just implementing commands to teach the dog, okay, we're gonna do this. It's never a mean thing. It's not, Trooper would never be traumatized. And aside from that, if I did it, I would never force him to. And there's a reason I spent $1,500 on a puppy that I am buying specifically to train. I want to give, if I keep Trooper, I want to give him some type of outlet, something to do, some kind of job. I'm not going to traumatize him in any way. I'm not going to make him do something he doesn't want to do. Same thing with Maya. If Maya doesn't work, I'm not going to, if she doesn't want to, I'm not going to make her. So my thing is, like, the blatant lies. Like, I am an open book with you guys. And I always try to be as transparent as I can be. And again, I don't expect everybody to like me, and that's okay. But it's the part where you're making things up. I don't know if it's because you're bored and you want to spark a conversation, or if your hatred for me is that intense that you have to come up with anything, even a blatant lie, to try to drag me down more. And that's, for me, hey Bubba, I see you. That for me is the part that bothers me. Not that people are talking, but the lies. Because I'll prove it. I have proved it. And I'm still called a fake. I'm still told that I, like, fake my medical problems. There are people out there that have social media platforms that claim all day that they have medical problems, but they never post a shred of evidence. But nobody goes after them. And I'm not saying anybody should, by no means. It's the part where you have somebody that has more of an audience, I guess, because I feel like I do have a little more of an audience in the service dog community, so I get a lot of that attention and that spotlight, and a lot of it is positive, but there is a lot of negative. And again, I understand that people don't like the way I'm representing something, or they don't like the way that I'm acting, or they would do it different. And that's fine. That's you. Nobody's saying that I did it the 100% right way. You know, it's just me. This is me. This is my life. This is how I do it. This is not a representation of everybody must do this. This is just me. Okay. So for me, it's the part where you can talk. That's fine. But why the lies? Why, after having proof and things like that, why do we continue? You know, and I've talked about this before, where we've had people in the disabled or service dog community that were legitimately sick, had legitimate disabilities, had posted about it, were in the social media eye, and were bullied on these hate pages and died. And after these people are dead, then the same people that were hating on them have nothing but nice to say about them. And so the community is at the point where I don't like you, I don't believe you, or just whatever. I'm going to hate on you. Oh, well, now you're dead. Oh, man. Yeah, she was so sick. Oh, she was so sweet. Oh, this. And it's really sad. It's so sad. And so, you guys, I'm about to, in the chat here, there's a lot going on. Everybody stop, or I'm going to start timing people out and blocking it to where nobody can comment, okay? We've got to keep this chat nice for everybody. So my moderators, I need you guys to be my mods. I need you guys to handle everything and be nice to one another and everybody else and keep the chat friendly. Okay. So, on another note, because I've been seeing a lot about that where things are being said that are triggering in the chat, we got to be thoughtful about everybody else. So let's please try to, okay. So for me, like, people get bullied. Like, I spent my teenage years growing up getting bullied. I spent, like, even my adult life now getting bullied. Trooper's good. And it's not fun, but to bully somebody to the point where they're literally in the hospital on their deathbed, sick, you don't believe that they're genuinely sick, and you continue to bully them, and then they die, and for however long they were dealing with you bullying them, and that's how they died. They died with that in the back of their mind because somebody didn't believe them, because people swore they were faking, and they had to handle that and deal with it, right? And yeah, so we don't, like Zebra and Dog said, we don't have to post proof. Ambulatory, specifically to Zebra and Dog's comments, ambulatory wheelchair users are legitimate. I'm an ambulatory wheelchair user. Does that mean I can walk? Yes. Does that mean that a wheelchair is of assistance to me at times? Yes. Do I need to post that proof and evidence? No. Do I need to post that proof and evidence when I go to my doctor's and I'm having tests done? And post the proof and evidence of what my doctor said? No. Trooper's whining now. Do I need to post that proof and evidence that this is the prescription I'm on, this is what my doctor's note said, or here's like me having my surgery? I don't need to. I do for awareness. I do for education. I do for those that struggle similarly and that feel alone, so they know that they aren't alone. So they know that it's okay. Somebody else understands. And I do it for those who have no idea about people with invisible disabilities. And that way people can learn. And so it's just one of those things where if you're going to talk, that's fine. If you are going to not like somebody because you genuinely just don't like that individual or that person, whether it's their personality or how they do something or whatever, that's okay too. Nobody can expect everyone to like them. And, you know, that's just not realistic. And so yeah, it is, Zebra and Dog. I feel that 100%. So Zebra and Dog just said it was embarrassing to have to post proof. But I did because I was so threatened. I kept the video up on my channel in case people still questioned, but it's really weird, honestly. I relate to that so hard. So I've left all of my proof and evidence up of stuff. And it is weird and embarrassing that, like, you feel like that you need to do that because people question you. And we shouldn't have to. And yes, under HIPAA law, we don't have to show proof. That's our private medical information. We have our doctors treating us, and that's it, period. That's all we need. We don't need anybody else out there to be like, oh, well, I have the same condition, but it affects me different. Okay, cool, that's you, and it affects you different. Doesn't mean it's going to affect everybody the same way. So, I don't know, like, I'm not like a super religious person. Like, I feel like we've talked about this, and I'm not about to try to like push views on anybody by no means. You guys know that I'm very spiritual, that, you know, like, I believe there is a power And whether it's God, whether it is some other type of spiritual being, I have faith that there is somebody there, that there is something. I believe in healing properties and different rocks. I have a collection of rocks that I get monthly, that have different properties. I believe in saging my home. I have, my like oracle cards, which are basically tarot cards. And I have a Bible sitting in front of me right now. And I've been doing a lot of reading in it lately. And I'm not trying to push views on anybody right now. But there's a couple of quotes that kind of like this whole situation I've been dealing with that like really have just like stuck with me. And I feel like relate so much. And I don't know. I guess I just want to read them for a minute because, again, not pushing beliefs on anybody. This isn't like saying, oh, well, like you have to believe in God or anything. This is specifically quotes relative to like lying and like treating one another different, like mean, whatever. And so I lost my train of thought. What was I going to say? I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Yes, waiting for insurance and getting the right doctors, getting the right diagnosis is zebra and dog. It's awful. And I understand that 100%. And yeah, it is about the Reddit page right now. Like, again, I don't care that people talk and don't like me. That's okay. It's the part when people are making up lies and making up stories for no reason and then running with it. Like earlier, somebody was like, oh, she has to have daily fluids, but she could down a bottle of Coke from a picture I posted, and it wasn't even my Coke, okay? It was literally Austin's Coke that was still sitting on the table. And so it's stuff like that where like the assumptions and, oh, I see this, I'm going to take this, I'm going to make a post about it because like I'm bored because I don't like this person and whatever. It's stuff like that. Like if you don't like somebody, that's fine. But just making up anything you can, especially after that person has already proved themselves 100 times over and been like, here's this proof, here's that proof, here's that proof, here's that proof. Like, yes, I am legitimately sick. Yes, I'm legitimately disabled. Here's my service dog legitimately doing tasks. Whether or not you think that my service dog has the right temperament or not, okay, cool, whatever. That's your opinion. But she still assists me. She still helps me. She's still in training. She's still learning. She's still got years to become perfect and be a perfectly focused dog. Every dog's different, okay? And so they're not robots, and a lot of it's going to have to do with my health and how I'm feeling and how much time I'm able to put into like training and all of that. So anyway, I think she has an amazing temperament. Everybody else I've met, service dog meetups, everything else, they think she has an amazing temperament. And she does good with this. She does have you will never have to worry about, this is the one dog you will never have to worry about biting somebody, about attacking another animal or anything. Like she could be being mauled and attacked. And she has been attacked before. We were at the dog park. She got bit in the face and she kept playing. Like, she will be the dog that gets attacked and mauled and doesn't do anything. We were at the casino. A 200-something pound man stepped right on her when she was in a downstay. And we were out of the way, waiting on a table to play blackjack. And she didn't yelp. She didn't try to bite the person. She didn't do anything except move away. And he had literally like stepped on her so hard that it ripped a patch of her fur out. And she didn't even make a noise. Like, she has an amazing temperament. And that's why I picked her. That's why I've trained her the way I have, because I don't want to worry about having a service dog that could get stepped on and get hurt and feel like, oh, well, I'm gonna snap at this person because of it, or want to attack another dog because whatever. Like, I think she has an amazing temperament. I think that she's great for this. She's still young and she's got a long way to go. So she helps me. She does medical alerts. She does many of other tasks, new tasks that we've been working on. And it assists me and it helps me with my disabilities. My doctors know her. They've seen her task, like, in front of them, and they agree that I need her and that I will always need a service dog. But, I mean, I could have a service dog from a program and people would still say the same thing. So, anyway, back to this. So, I don't even know if I'm going to pronounce this right. Ephesians. It's going to be 4:29. Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. So, and again, like, I'm not trying to push views. It's just these couple of quotes that I feel like word things really well. Why are we talking down so much and pulling people down so much when we could put that energy into being positive and, you know, like, lift them up, right? So, and, like, I know I'm not perfect. I know that, like, I've done things and said things, and sometimes I get, you know, a little hot-headed and I say things I shouldn't too. I know that. And I'm not trying to say that, like, I'm better than anybody or that I don't have things to work on, but I've really been trying to work on myself and do better and be better. But, you know, things take time. And I know I've grown even from, you know, we look back at my channel, how it was 4 years ago. I have changed. And I'm still going to continue to grow. I'm 25 years old. You know, these 40-year-old women that are on these pages or you know, these teenagers, whatever, that are on these hate pages, you grew up in a whole different time era than I did. I highly doubt we were raised the same way. And, you know, like, big age gap. So, like, obviously you're going to do things different than me. And there's even people my age where you're going to do different things than I'm going to do, or perceive things differently. But I am who I am, and I'm not going to stop being me. So you don't have to like me. And you can talk about that all day, how much you just don't like me in the way I am. It's the part where we're just spreading blatant lies and making things up. Blatant lies and making things up. Like, that's the part where it's just like, why? So, Romans 2, you therefore have no excuse, you who pass judgment on someone else, for at whatever point you judge another, you are condemning yourself, because you who pass judgment do the same things. Right? So, these people on these Reddit pages are very much passing judgment and saying things about me, but they're also hiding behind fake accounts. They won't be like, oh, well, this is who I am. I highly doubt these same people that are in these comments would go through and be like, oh, well, yeah, here, I am a disabled person, and, like, here's my proof, and this and this and this. But these are the same people that are passing judgment and being hateful. And it's just, it's a whole thing. So the other one is going to be Romans 12:14. Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse. And this is something that I need to work on, because it says to bless the people who persecute you. Do not curse them. And I know, like, me as a whole, like, I feel like I tend to curse the people who persecute me, right? And, like, I get upset about it. And, you know, like, okay, well, fine, if you think that about me, like, I hope the same thing to you, but that's not what we should do. Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Mourn with those who mourn. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be proud. Be willing to associate with people of low position. Do not be conceited. Do not repay anyone evil for evil. And again, I have so much I have to work on with myself when it comes to this. because I know that like I've done that where, oh, well, this person did this, so I'm going to turn around and do this. And that's not right. And that's not okay. So by no means am I trying to say like I'm a perfect person. And it's literally a matter of what we should be doing versus what we are doing. So do not repay anyone evil for evil. Be careful to do what is right in the eyes of everyone. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. So, and this is one that's like really hit hard with me. Live at peace with everyone. So, like this is something like I just like found right before I went live. And this kind of sparked my like, I want to go live right now and talk about this. Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath, for it is written, it is mine to avenge, I will repay, says the Lord. On the contrary, if your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him something to drink. In doing this, you will heap burning coals on his head. Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. So, like, again, not trying to like push viewpoints or anything, because like I said, I believe very many things. I find faith in many things. I am very, very spiritual, and I find guidance in reading the Bible. And I believe there are many, many verses and things that are helpful in living a better life and being better to one another. And so for me, like, I've always been so, well, you said this, I'm going to do this, right? And that's something that, like, I've had to work on. But I feel like it even goes, like, deeper. So, like, even, I feel like for this specifically, do not repay evil for evil. Be careful to do what is right in the eyes of everyone. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. Do not take revenge. So, this could even like go back to like the post that I've made earlier, screenshotting like from Reddit and being like, oh, well, I'm going to prove this wrong. I'm going to prove this wrong. I'm going to prove this wrong. That's not being peaceful, right? It's not necessarily being evil, but it's not being peaceful either. And so, but sometimes I feel like I'm so caught up in trying to prove the truth to people that I lose sight of the fact that it really doesn't matter. And so it's not that I really care about how they think about me or what they feel about me, because you don't have to like me. That's fine. It's the part where the lies, that's the part I care about, because I've always tried so hard to be so transparent and like honest. And I feel like even now, let's not be triggering right now, please. The Bible talks about a lot of things. I'm using specific verses right now that like are just like guidance. Like we should all live like that. We should all live in peace. We shouldn't be talking foully about others. We shouldn't be spreading lies. We shouldn't be being just evil and mean. We should just be lifting each other up and trying to support one another. And instead, what we have is people dragging each other down, not believing, being hateful and bullying. And in return, we have the people being bullied, doing everything they can. I'm doing everything I can to prove, no, that's not the case. Here's the truth. Here's this. Here's that. But in hindsight, it's not going to change. It's not going to change how these people feel about me. It's not going to make them stop talking. It's not going to, make them like me, which is fine. I don't need them to like me. It's not going to make people stop making up stories, because they're going to do it regardless. And if, over 4 years of me having my platform hasn't proved that, I don't know what will. But I'm always trying so hard to be like, here's the truth, here's the proof, here's the truth, here's the proof. And Burr, I really need you to stop. Okay? Nicole, you're fine. And so, like, I feel it. Like, Bert, I don't want to do this, but, like, last couple of lives, you've been a little much the past couple of lives, and there's been a lot of people that have been worried about you, or things that you've been saying or doing have been bothering people, and we really can't have that. And so I really need you to figure it out, or I don't want to, but I'm going to have to take you off as a mod. So I need you to figure it out. Because I don't want to do that, but I can't have my moderators being this way on my channel. So I'm going to give you a chance, you know, to stop. You don't have to comment, okay? You know, you don't have to be in here talking. But I'm either going to need you to... This is so hard. I don't want to have this conversation about one of my mods. I don't want to have to take you off as a mod, but I also have to think of everybody on my channel as a whole, okay? And so I feel like you're going through something. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what's going on with you at home or what, but I feel like you're going through something, and I feel like you're struggling, and I don't know what you're struggling with, but we can't be bringing it here. And if you need to talk, message me privately somewhere. You know, like, if you need to talk, we can talk, but we can't be doing this on here because it's affecting too many other people. So just, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be away. I don't want to remove you. Like, just take a breath. And if you need to talk, let's talk privately, okay? So, yeah, you guys, there's just been, but when it comes to my mods, like, I need you guys to set an example in the chat. And so we can't be bullying and harassing and being away towards each other or in the chat, and then expecting everybody else to be decent. My mods are here. Hi, baby. My mods are here to help keep the chat clean and decent and keep all the conversation nice and going smooth so that everybody can enjoy their time. I pick my mods. So it's just, we got to think about what's triggering to other people. Because I've had people commenting lately that there are some moderators that are talking about triggering things, and not just moderators, but people in general. When things, well, we're not going to be doing these triggering conversations in the comments because it's affecting other people. So, you know, that's what my mods are there for. If somebody's being triggering, it's my mod's job to say, hey, at Potato, I've timed you out because of this. This is your first warning. When you come out of timeout, continue in the chat, but please be mindful of what you say and be considerate to others. That's what my mods, I need from my mods. Austin keeps trying to call me. Give me 1 second and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry, back. So yeah, anyway, back up. I feel like a lot of people deal with this because I know I talk to a lot of people that are like, you know, I'm dealing with this hate, or I'm dealing with this, and this person's bullying me, and this and that. And not liking somebody should not be reason enough to like bully them. You should never like bully anybody. And, you know, like, I know I've been there, and, like, in a way, I've bullied people in the past. Whether or not they were being a way to me first didn't make it okay, you know? And so responding back to somebody being mean to me and being mean to them doesn't make me any better. And that doesn't make it okay. But we shouldn't even be having to be responding to this type of like treatment or like hate to begin with. It's just not liking somebody, cool. Go talk about how you don't like them. Making up the lies, making up stories. You know, somebody posts their proof and their evidence and like shows the world like, hey, and those people are still, nah, they're lying. For me, my thought process has always been, how can somebody with like half a brain continue to be like, oh, well, this person's faking that they've posted this evidence. And that's always been like my thought process. But it's really just, it's them. It's something inside of that individual or those individuals that they need to work on and they need to fix and they need to change. And so I know so many people are dealing with it though. And it's not okay. So many people are like being trashed in those Reddit pages for no reason. And like, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing how many people are being attacked. And it's just, it's astounding. And it's absurd and it's ridiculous. And it's not okay. Like, these people, most of them have not done anything to deserve that kind of treatment and hatred and bullying. And yet they're getting it. Why do we think that's okay? Like, I don't know. But I just felt like I needed to like talk about it a little bit. And like, I'm not perfect. I do things, I say things, and sometimes I contradict myself by saying, hey, don't do this. But then at the same time, like, I'm being very outspoken and being away towards that person for being away towards me. That doesn't make me any better. And so it's just, but that, I feel like that's hard for people. Like, if you're being attacked, I feel like everybody can be like, yeah, I've been attacked, and it's hard not to want to say something back. And like, I know that, but we've got to do better. Like, and I say this, meanwhile, I've just earlier had screenshotted stuff off of Reddit and was like, actually, that wasn't mine, or actually this, or actually that. But I don't need to do that, you know? But I feel like I do. I feel like I have to set the lies straight. Not that I have to make them like me, but that I have to set the lies straight. Because for me, being honest and transparent and trying to show the world a truth in my life and in others, and people who struggle similarly to me with service dogs or with disabilities or with mental illness or whatever. And I feel like, well, that's a lie, so I've got to prove it wrong. But I don't have to, but I feel like I do. And I feel like a lot of people feel that way. And, you know, we shouldn't have to even feel that way. We shouldn't have to be, you know, sitting here and dealing with, like, seeing people talk about, oh, well, okay, that group of people don't like me, and they're just talking about how they don't like me because I'm too loud in the store, or because I called this person out in the store. Okay, fine. That's one thing. But then when it's a whole different side where it's like, now it's just like complete lies and assumptions and stories, and like people truly trying to like drag other people down and like ruin other people's lives for no reason. That's the part where it just becomes evil. It really does. It just becomes very evil. It's not even like having a chat page dedicated to talking about a particular person, how much you don't like them, that's already bullying. But when you're taking it to these extremes, like you're just being evil. And it makes me wonder, like, how many of these people in these chat groups are like Christians, or that identify as a Christian, or go to church, or say that like they follow the Lord, and you know, things like that, right? How many of those people in those chats or in those groups that are passing judgment and bullying and shaming others and being plain evil are also the ones that in their real life are putting on a different face and going to church with the Bible in their hand, saying that they follow the word of God. But then when they're no longer in that church, or their Bible's not in their hand anymore, they're being two-faced, and they're putting their other mask on, you know? Hiding, just because you're behind an anonymous account or a fake account, does not mean that you are not still doing the bad things you were doing. It is still you doing it. Whether or not you think, oh, well, they don't know who I am. Like, this is a fake account. Nobody knows it's me. I can do what I want. You're still doing it. You are still doing that evil thing, whether you're doing it behind a mask or not. And so, and yes, like Fire said, not all Christians are good people. And, you know, it's just, it's one of those things that just makes me wonder, like, what are these people's, yeah, it doesn't make you a better person. What are these people's, like, real lives? Like, how do they portray themselves in real life? And how different are they real life versus behind their fake accounts, you know? And so I don't agree with people being religious and pushing it onto other people, or like trying to be fake about it. Like, am I religious? Am I spiritual? I don't know. I believe there is somebody or something, and I believe that it all comes together in one way. It all came from one place, and I feel like different people have, over thousands and thousands of years, it's been shaped for different tribes, for different communities, and but it all comes back to the same basis of just be good to others, you know? Like, just be a decent person. And so it just makes me wonder, like, what are these people's home lives like, to the point that they have to go hide behind fake accounts and do this and do that? And I don't understand it, you know? And so, like, for me to sit here and read the Bible and find a couple of verses that are like hitting home for me, and then be like, okay, you guys, like, I'm going to come talk about it, and here's a couple of verses I found, and I feel like this is very relatable, and to read from that, I think that's fine. You know, I'm not trying to push my views on anybody, but I feel like there was some guidance in those verses that were worded very well that I could read from and be like, God or no God, Christian or not, why can't we be like this? Why can't we just be decent, you know? And so, I don't know. I just know, like, a lot of people are dealing with it right now, and I don't think anybody should have to deal with it. I don't think the people that are being attacked in these Reddit pages, I don't think it's just. I don't think that it's okay. Like, I don't think making assumptions and things like that are okay. I don't think making up stories and falsifying them are okay. Like, if somebody genuinely does something bad, sure, I could understand it, but that doesn't mean bullying them makes it okay, you know? Like, whether they did something bad or not. It's just, I don't know. I don't think they were saying anything was wrong with being LGBT, just that the LGBT community can also be very toxic. I don't even want to say it's disabled community, LGBT community, the Christian religious community. It's humanity as a whole is toxic. So, I don't know. Is what it is. But like, if we're going to talk about people because we don't like them, okay. But stick to the truths, which, I mean, I know that's like so unrealistic to expect because we all know that's not going to happen. But like, why do we have to make up all the lies? Like, why do we have to go to that extent of making up stories? And then like people prove it wrong and then, or post their proof or their evidence and they're still, it doesn't end. Like nothing's good enough, you know? And so for those of you that are being targeted or that are being bullied or whatever, I want you to know that you're not alone, that like, I hear you, I feel for you, and so many other people do. And I understand that those of you that are being targeted or have been bullied, that you have posted your truth, trying to cease it. And I understand the struggle that you are dealing with because you posted your truth, you tried to prove yourself, and it never stopped. And I understand that frustration, and I understand that struggle. But know that you're not alone. Know that there are so many other people that understand and that are dealing with it too. And that doesn't make your story any less true. It does not make you any less. And these people on the internet, yeah, zebra and dog, it's bad. It's really, really bad. It's like everything has just gotten so out of hand. And I'm trying to read comments. Oh, the dog I took to the vet, yeah, he does. He's getting healthy. He's putting on some weight. Thank you, Fire Iron. Yes, and well, Hennessy, I don't even believe it's necessarily, I don't want to make religion a big thing here. But Hennessy says if you're a real Christian, you had Jesus in your heart, you would not try to be toxic. You wouldn't intentionally hurt people. And yes, that is true for those who are religious and things like that. But even more than that, even if you're not religious, if you were just a decent person, you would have love in your heart and wouldn't be toxic and wouldn't intentionally be hurting people, but you would rather be bringing them up. So I don't know. But for those of you, sorry, my phone's trying to die. But for those of you that are like dealing with it and struggling or have been attacked and have posted your proof or felt the need, like you have to, I've got to go post this. Like I've got to prove myself. I'm so sorry you ever felt that way. Because I know for me, I know what a struggle that is. And if you don't want to be a mod, just let me know and I'll take you down. I know what a struggle that is. And it's not okay. It's not okay in any way. And we're all humans. We all make mistakes. Like, I've been toxic before. And I'm not trying to say I haven't. I'm not trying to say I've ever been perfect. But what I'm trying to say is that I feel like everybody has been. You know, everybody's been toxic at least once. But we're not even talking about having moments. We're talking about the extents of just being evil that some people are going to. And it's not in defense of themselves. It's not in because like somebody's truly lying or faking. It's people choosing to be truly evil towards other individuals just because they feel like it. And they are creating lies and chaos and turmoil because they have nothing better to do, or because maybe that's just what they enjoy. Maybe they've had a hard life, and I feel like it's hard to be mad at people that are that evil and toxic, because it's so hard. Like yes, it's easy to be mad that you're being attacked and somebody's acting that way to you. But for me, it's also like, in my mind, like, I'm upset and I'm mad about it, right? But in my heart, like, I feel very sorry for those people, because something in their life has pushed them to the point of just being just so nasty and evil to other people. And I feel sorry that they ever had to endure something that made them the person they are, to be that evil towards others. Does that make sense? Yeah, preserve our peace. And it's just, yeah, some people hurt people because they hurt themselves. And it's just, I'm trying to read comments. Yeah, being toxic like all the time, 24/7. Like, everybody is human. Everybody's gonna make mistakes. Nobody's gonna be perfect. You know, I'm not expecting perfection. I'm not expecting nobody to ever say something mean to somebody else. But is it so much to ask for people not to just be like plain evil? Burr. Yeah, the realization people who bully have had a rough past and they can't get rid of it, so they bully other people to make them feel better. And it's true, but it sucks. Do some people hurt people even though they aren't being hurt? I think so. I think some people just find joy in it as well. Burr, this is your last warning, okay? Like, it's really upsetting me that I'm even having to go this far with you right now. Like, I don't want to have to, but you're not really giving me a choice here. Yeah, being controlled is the worst, for sure. Burr, that's your last warning. If it continues after this, I'm going to have to take you out as a moderator. And then if you continue in the chat after I remove you as a moderator, I'm going to have to block you from being able to comment on any videos in the future. And I really don't want to have to do that, okay? I missed where she said that she didn't want to be a mod. Regardless, if you don't want to be a mod, you still don't have to be commenting things. We're literally having a live video about being considerate to others right now and trying to take into account how other people feels, like how other people feel, you know. And we've got this going on in the chat at the same time. But Zebra and Talk, it can be. Sometimes my live chats are a little crazy. Sometimes they're a little more calm. I don't really know what's going on at this moment, but I'm trying to figure it out. So yeah, I don't know, you guys. Like, nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. There's many things that I would do differently. And, like, people don't have to like me. Again, that's fine. But I feel like anybody could say this. Like, not liking me is okay. But just spreading lies and rumors and making up stories, that's just being evil for just no good reason, you know? And my heart aches for those of you that, like, I see getting attacked in these groups and these pages, because I know how it feels and, like, it's not okay. And my heart aches for those who feel like they've had to prove themselves because whatever. But like, hey, we're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, right? But that's not the case. And it just, I don't know. I feel like, I feel like you guys get the idea of what I'm trying to say. I put her in timeout. Sorry, I got a phone call. I'm not looking for any more mods at this moment. And I usually make my mods based off of people that I have grown to trust or know over the years. And so that's kind of usually how I do it. So, well, thank you, Bailey. I feel like people don't talk about the bad enough. I feel like that's part of the issue. Is like everybody's got to be out here. Oh, I'm perfect. Oh, me and my service dog, nothing bad ever happens. You know, like my video about, you know, Maya having the accident in the store. Not trying to say it's okay for service dogs to poop in the store, but like accidents happen, you know, real life accidents happen. Like she got sick, like she had been outside running around pooping outside for minutes after. I made her sick, not meaning to, by giving her, somebody told me to give her chicken and rice because she had thrown up some grass, and usually with her, she eats Gramic, and then she's fine. I've had her for like a year and a half now, and it's always worked for us, right? That's just how she is. Somebody told me, give her chicken and rice. So Trooper had chicken and rice canned dog food. I was like, okay, I'll give her a quarter can. Food she'd never had before. Everybody was like, oh, chicken and rice will settle her stomach. Okay, yeah, no, didn't work. I made her sick to the point that it upset her stomach. And I didn't mean to. And that was my fault. That was my mistake. So, like, we got to Walmart. She, like, pooped, like, 3 or 4 times. In hindsight, usually she has to run around to, like, get her bowels moving to poop anyway. But I just figured she would just have to run it off a little more. And in hindsight, I look back at it now, and it was that food upsetting her stomach, and her bowels were working so hard to get everything out. And so when she farted in Walmart, I was like, I remember saying stuff about it. I'm like, oh, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, we need to let go. Like, she's not a gassy dog. We start heading up, and we just can't, you know, in time. And so, like, the camera, like, her 2 little, like, pebbles come out, and I flipped the phone up so you guys didn't have to, like, look at dog poop. But you can see, like, smears on the floor where it wasn't just pebbles of, like, normal poop. Like, it got soft and diarrhea-like. And, like, I upset her stomach, and that was my fault. So, but, like, we don't talk about the bad enough. You know, like the community, people in general. We don't want to talk about the bad things. We don't want to talk about controversial things. We want to be seen perfect. We don't want to give reason for somebody to be able to hate on us or to say something negatively about us, right? Because we don't like the way that feels. But that's not being transparent either, you know? And we need to talk about the bad more. I'm not saying let's normalize service animals shitting on the floor in places they shouldn't, but I'm saying let's normalize accidents and mistakes happening. Let's normalize supporting each other. Let's normalize being there for one another. Let's normalize seeing something happen, and instead of shaming that person, saying, I'm sorry that happened. That sucks. You know what? I've been there too. It gets better. Try this. Do this differently. Like, be supportive. Be there. Let's just normalize being better. Being real. Being honest. Like, yeah, I would. I'd have way better luck saying, hey, rope the moon and bring it to me. But, you know, I'm not going to stop trying. I'm not going to stop talking. I'm not going to stop showing. I'm not going to stop trying to normalize being better. Because that's what it's about. I'm one person, sure. But what if I could get one other person to normalize it, right? And what if that person could get one other person to normalize it? And then that person can get one other person to normalize it. Eventually, if one person can get one other person to normalize it and that continues, it's a chain reaction. And we can have more people normalizing being decent, talking about the bad, without bullying, without being hateful, without being evil. And just being better, whether it's service dogs, whether it's medical miscare or mishaps, or a genuine mistake that you made that you could have prevented, or whatever. Normalize talking about it. Whatever it is, normalize talking about it. Hang on, I gotta check my battery. Okay. But yeah. Burr, I hope you're okay, and if you need to, message me, okay? Don't do that. Breathe. Zebra and dog, yeah. I play Minecraft sometimes. Burr, breathe, okay? Yes, Fire Iron. Fire Iron said it perfect. Normalize being human. Can we do that? Can we normalize being human? Not being evil humans. Not being mean humans. Not bullying, but just normalize being human. Yes, service dogs are not perfect, and we are not either, Hennessy. You're absolutely right. Thank you, Destiny. Yes, if we were in peace and harmony, everyone could be so much kinder to one another. Hey, Burr, do this. Go get your pillow, put it on your bed, and punch your pillow, okay? Punch it for 5 minutes if you need to. Take it out, whatever you're feeling, take it out on your pillow. That way you can get that flustered, overwhelming feeling out without damaging yourself or damaging something else that you're going to regret. Take it from somebody who knows. Take it from somebody who's had experience there. Go attack your pillow. Put your pillow on your bed and hit your pillow. Take it out on your pillow, okay? And just breathe and come back in a little while, okay? Without your phone, nobody will call or text you. Okay, you can also put your phone in airplane mode. So, anyway. All right, bye, Bird. Just try to breathe, okay? Just go take a breath. Yeah, just like, I don't know. Normalize being human. Normalize being nice and being decent, you know? Like, can we just normalize that, please? So anyway, I don't know. Is what it is, but so many people are dealing with it, and it's not okay. People shouldn't have to feel like they have to, like, prove themselves, and people shouldn't be being attacked the way they're being attacked and feel like they have to, like, show evidence and proof. And then you would think when people do show that evidence or proof that it would stop, and it doesn't, and people just shouldn't have to deal with it. Anybody. Trooper's so upset right now. As you guys saw in the last video, Trooper's a lot to deal with, so when I do these lives, I can, like, put him up. And he does not like being put up for long. So, anyway, when Trooper's out, like, I have to give him, like, my full attention. we can definitely talk about doing some kind of collab or something. Just message me. Maybe we can come up with something good. But I don't know. Like, again, I'm going to say this again a little louder for the people in the back. You don't have to like me. That's okay. I don't like everybody either. I don't agree with everything I do either. I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. You don't have to like me. But you don't have to be so darn mean either. Okay? So, Burr, I'm sorry. Just go. You need to go take a breath, okay? Who's an attention seeker? Nova. I'd like to know. I have to go put my phone on charge. Scroll chaser. Oh, my accent. Oh, man. We ain't gonna talk about my country bumpkin accent now. Alright, that was a little exaggerated, but... Nova, I think that... I'm not 100% sure on how old Burr is, but I believe Burr is young. I believe Burr is going through something, and I believe that Burr doesn't know how else to handle it. And I don't believe that that makes that individual an attention seeker. I believe it just is a way of asking for help. Does that make sense? I feel like people act out in certain ways or say certain things in a mannerism of asking for help. Which, I mean, I know it would be easy just be like, I need help. But it's not always that simple. And saying things like that to somebody who is obviously struggling can also be very detrimental. Is Burr that young? Okay, no, Burr's 18. Okay. Yeah, so it seems like Burr's got a lot going on in her home life right now, so that doesn't make Burr a bad person. It doesn't make Burr an attention seeker. It just means that Burr doesn't know what to do right now. And that's okay. People don't know what to do, and everybody's going to react to things differently or treat things differently or respond to things differently, you know? So anyway, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. I feel like this video is long enough, and I made a point, and if you want me to be honest and transparent, I really got to pee. I need to walk Trooper, let him out of the crate before he loses his mind, because he says, you've had me in here for 75 minutes now because I've been live for like 73, and I put him right up before this. He says he's done with being in the crate, and Maya is licking her butthole. That's disgusting. You're on my couch. Shh, off. Get off the couch if you're gonna lick your butthole. I'm pretty sure my baby is about to wake up from a nap at any given point, because we're at about that time, so I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here before chaos ensues in my home. So, yeah, just message me, that's fine. But anyway, I love you guys, and I hope this helped somebody. I don't know who it helped, but I hope it helped at least one person. Whether it was that person didn't feel alone anymore and felt like somebody else gets it, like I'm not alone, or whether it was maybe somebody else's eyes opened and realized I've been being away for too long and I need to stop it and I need to change it. I don't know. I just hope it helped one person. So anyway, I love you guys.